Hello everybody, Stuffed Grantham here. We're going to be talking about the AK, going from tip to butt as we always do.
We're going to go tip to butt. We're not going to talk about who likes it.
As we all know, the best soldier in the battlefield is not the most fit one, it's not the one with the most morale, just a helping hand. It's the one who can reload in under 4 seconds. And the first one I want to mention, especially something I experienced back in Syria when I was using AKs that were from the 60s, is that the spring degrades and its effectiveness after about 10,000 rounds. It's going to be tough to cycle all the time, especially that first round, getting around in the breach. Now the problem with AK is that it's very simple, it's pretty old, but it's not like the newer designs that can hold the bolt open when the last round was fired. So most of the time you won't even know if there's a round inside the AK or not. And the way that I fix that is that when I am going condition 1, which means I'm putting a round inside the chamber, you're going to put it off safe, you rack it back, and sometimes it's not going to do the trick. Sometimes it's going to stop right here. So I get in the habit of pulling it back, looking inside the breach, making sure a round is in there, hitting it with my hand, safety on. This should be nice and quick. That's what I do every single time that I go condition 1. That'll fix most of your problems when it comes to the first round fired. And the next one is gonna be just your typical malfunction. The gun isn't firing. So the first thing you're gonna do when you suspect that you are not on an empty magazine is you're gonna rack it back. Just rack it back, that'll clear most of the stoppages. So it's as simple as you're firing, click, you think that you have more ammunition, up. And you can do that whatever way you feel comfortable. I feel comfortable tilting it like this, chicken winging, get back into a firing position, but if you wanna reach around, so you can actually see the round go in, sure, but this is just a quick way that I find. And the next one is if you have a malfunction directly after that, and you don't have time. You don't have time to go and figure out what that is. You're in the middle of a firefight, and you just want to get the gun up and running. You don't want to be like, oh, I wonder what happened. Is it a bad bullet? Is it this? No. This is kind of complicated, but I'll walk you through it. So the different steps are, first, you're going to fire. You're firing, click, and you think that there's more ammunition inside the magazine. So you rack it back, attempt to fire again, click. Well, at this point, you're gonna wanna drop to the knee, get to some sort of cover, and you're gonna take out the magazine and inspect more thoroughly. So here's me walking us through how to do that. So as you can see, kind of complicated. You definitely want to be able to chicken wing it. You don't want to just have the rifle up like this. It's not going to work, You want to have full control of this weapon as you're manipulating it sideways and front ways and all that. And you want to inspect as fast as possible, as well as keeping your eyes on the target and only looking down at this when you need to. So this is just going to come with repetition and practice. To be honest, I'm more comfortable with the AK than the average person. I've used this in multiple war zones, and it's just the most comfortable weapon system for myself. And the next malfunction I'll talk about is just it's the most fun one. You gotta go and stomp on the AK. A lot of times the ammunition that you get for the AK, especially overseas in like Syria and Iraq, they're gonna be very, very old, not well maintained. We get a discount for just buying shitty ammunition. Here's our awesome bullets that they send us to clean.
We are cleaning very good these fantastic bullets.
And a lot of times that ammunition is just gonna get stuck in the breech. And the bolt isn't gonna be able to grab that thing and chuck it out of the weapon. It's just gonna be stuck there. Sometimes it's debris. As you know, this action, there's no dust cover. Okay, a lot of mud, a lot of stuff, especially in the trenches, they can get in there. When it comes to reloads, it's a very touchy topic, and I know that everybody's gonna have their own way. But my way is the best. It always was, always is. And this is the way that I do it. I know a lot of people think, hey, you gotta get that magazine out, kick out the magazine like that, put it in. Okay, that's a way. But are you really going to be wasting any time just to do one of those and reach down? So that way you have dexterity. You actually are like palpating the magazine and the release, which is pretty slippery. It's metal. You want to be able to do that fast. You don't want to be relying on this like slippery metal on metal. You know what I mean? So I just prefer doing it the old-fashioned way, not the fancy way. So this is just how I do reloads. Do as you want. As you can see, I get it down to like 3.5 seconds. It's gonna be fast enough. You know, again, like the starting statement, that's a joke. You know, like these reloads, you don't want to overcomplicate things, but do it my way because it's the best. Other than that, you know, that's pretty much all I want to talk about. I just kind of wanted to show off my reload skills, my malfunctions, because, you know, I've instructed on this weapon a lot. I've used it a lot. And it's 4th of July. What better, more American thing than using a Soviet weapon? I don't know. But I'm wearing the t-shirt, so I'm trying to have my American pride there. I would be wearing some of my merch. You guys could buy here. Big discount for the members as well. But I can't do that right now because they don't deliver to Ukraine. I understand why. There's a war here. And anyway, I hope you guys enjoyed. Hope you learned something. I'll talk to you guys in the next one. Peace.